The problem was not building more toilets, but was maintaining existing toilets.
I think majority of the time went into designing how to make it commercially viable.
Ask any woman if she feels comfortable using a public toilet, and the answer is usually a firm no. Woloo aims to change this with its mission to provide hygiene dignity for all women through its app that helps them locate the nearest certified washroom whenever they are away from home or their offices.
Actually, it all started from our daughter. And once she came back saying that she doesn't want to live in this country because it does not give her her most basic right of washroom, a clean, safe, hygienic washroom. When it was a cause like this, I thought that maybe this is our opportunity to kind of give it back to the society. Impacting so many lives is what came to my mind. And then we just had to go with it. First, it was a offline model, I would say.
Yeah, brick and mortar.
Yeah, brick and mortar. And then after post-COVID, things changed drastically. And that's when we had to go about with the online model.
I spoke to 3,000 women. Many of them said, oh, they try and find out a cafe. Nobody came and say they use public toilet. But the more serious concern came through when they came back and say they don't drink water for hours, okay, which is unhealthy. And that was something which was to be thought about.
So 2017, you said, is when you started thinking, and you launched in 2019. So it took you 2 years of understanding the market, the research. What was that journey like?
A serious issue about business modeling. The commerce part in the entire loo business or washroom was something I found had an issue. So it required a kind of a retail analysis and not just a social analysis.
Rupali, what were the initial challenges, when you were setting up, even for your users?
So we set up our powder room at Thane. People would think it was a beauty parlor. It was anything other than toilet. So that was the first thing. Gradually, people actually started using it.
So it's very word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth, it happened. And then we got repeat customers as well. And we wanted to understand how is the adoption, how is the repeat customer, and all of that. So that exercise of ours was a success.
Imagine 35,000 women travel, across each station in Mumbai. 100 stations, okay? So imagine if I set up one and in one station, I would probably need, each east and west both side, 200 in Mumbai itself. So scalability of the physical powder room, in terms of the demand would have been very high. And that was perceived to be a very capex-heavy business. So I quickly realized that it cannot be just a brick and mortar business, and it has to be done much beyond. The tech play has to be done, because at that time, everything was coming into momentum of digitization. During COVID, we conceived an idea about creating a much more larger, a kind of an Airbnb of toilet model. Okay, so we thought probably can we take up the inventory of washrooms in restaurants, certify them. So we approached Toilet Board Coalition and they happily partnered, and now we are partnered globally with them.
As you've been scaling, what has been the role of technology? How have you leveraged technology to scale your business?
Coming from retail, I saw 90% restaurants and cafes, they had existing toilet. We went and convinced them that your toilet can now fetch you customers. Your toilet can improve brand experience. Your toilet can reduce the cost of maintenance, of course, with technology. So we converted our entire venture into a sanitation technology or a femtech model. That played a major role in terms of designing app, certifying toilets, and proudly I can say we are in 400 cities with 40,000 washrooms, and the journey on, probably this year will be 100,000 toilets. Today we designed IoT and SaaS technology which helps people monitor and manage and monetize toilet. That has been the biggest evolution.
How did you manage the finances as you decided to grow as a company?
Obviously, when we started off, it was a capex heavy because it was completely an offline model. What we did was we started thinking about pivot and then thinking about how pivoting it into a digital model instead of a physical one. Supreet, our CTO, helped us build a technology platform, which is our powder Woloo app. Then of course we went about with retail spaces like restaurant, certifying them. All that work happened. So for us, technology was a tool that we could use to kind of ensure that the washrooms are always clean and hygienic.
You have been part of the Dell Women's Entrepreneur Network. How does these kind of communities for women founders, how does it help you?
WEN has been a great enriching program for me because I could interact with many entrepreneur women like me and we exchanged a lot of ideas. Since we are in a certain domain, maybe interacting with women in other areas of work also helps. There are a lot of new businesses which they work in, which are quite different from what we are doing. And that's the reason all those ideas, there are so many things which we can exchange and implement in our own businesses.
Manish, what is the best piece of advice you have ever received in your entrepreneurial journey?
Why don't you work with and partner with government? That was one of the biggest advice. Probably we never thought B2G partnership can be possible in this sector. But one of the best advice that comes from consumers. Okay, where should we set up our domain? Which pin code we should be? That's a continuous advice.
What is this one surprising fact about women's sanitation needs that most people don't know?
Many girls, there are almost 67% of women, they don't drink water because they do not find a clean washroom.
What innovation in sanitation or technology are you most excited about?
More and more data about the way toilet, cleanliness, cleaning toilet, maintaining hygiene, right from IoTs to SaaS. Now we are moving into AI.
If you had to describe Woloo in 3 thoughts, what would these be?
Naya Bharat ka, smart washroom. Believe it, it's a toilet. And I would say, jana zaruri hai.
Woloo is not just a platform, but a movement transforming public sanitation one washroom at a time. For more such stories on innovation, technology, and startups, stay tuned to Mavericks, Change the Game. Brought to you by Dell Technologies in association with YourStory.